we have a guy that you're going to be very excited to hear from. A guy who just got here, a guy who just came to this team,
Yes,
and who we're very excited to have on the show for the first time.
Trevor Zegras.
No, it is Higgins for Boston.
How are you doing, man?
If you want to hold it, you can. If you want to lean into it, you can.
Yeah,
Have your best life.
whatever. Be comfortable. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So for your first time, doing your first official Flyers event, you get to walk in downstairs, couple thousand people celebrating down there. What's it been like? What's your first experience?
There was a lot
like?
more people than I thought they were going to be. So I was a little nervous, but I really appreciate the warm welcome and happy to be here.
That's awesome.
I want to ask you something. I'm not going to put you in a bad spot. I could, but I won't. You have a few guys on this team that you're friends with, right? In both Drysdale, York, right?
Yeah.
There has been a lot made about people wanting to play in Philadelphia, not wanting to play in Philadelphia. From the distance, when Jamie got traded here, Cam's been here. What was it that you heard about playing in Philadelphia that you were maybe looking the most forward to?
That it's an amazing sports town. And like as somebody who's like obsessed with sports, I feel like I'm most excited for that. Like the fans and how into it everyone is, and the building I hear is awesome. So that's probably what I'm most looking forward to.
All right, since you tell everybody you're an amazing sports fan, we got to have this conversation because you're in Philly, right?
Let's hear it.
So what were besides hockey? What were your favorite sports growing up?
I mean, I loved watching football. I'm a big golfer. I play a little bit of soccer. Play a lot of tennis.
Yeah.
Kind of touched all the bases.
So I'm assuming where you're from. You're Jets, Giants.
I think it's up for,
You're
I definitely grew up
your team
supporting a fan.
You're team agnostic now, though. You could be wooed.
Now
What you're saying is you could be wooed.
2 teams.
Yes,
Two
that's
teams.
fine.
Okay.
Now I have 2 teams.
Which was the team? Which one?
I was a Giants fan.
Giants fan growing up.
Yep.
That's all right.
So,
look, it's cool.
You know,
Well, Saquon learned. Like Saquon learned though, which means that you can now also
he went from the
learn to
Giants
be.
who were not very good.
Yeah, so you can now be an
You can
Eagles
learn
fan.
too.
It's good. I think it's
That's all
perfectly
good.
fine.
Turned into the greatest athlete of all time.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. So we talked a little bit about the conversation during your press conference, the conversation that you had with Talk about playing center. Obviously, the Flyers really believe a lot in you, as evidenced by the fact that they drafted a winger and not a center at pick 6. So you get the sense that they're going to kind of let you have some of that freedom that you had your first 2 years in Anaheim to kind of be a more creative player.
Yeah, I think from the early discussions that we've had, I mean, obviously it's the middle of the summer, so it's tough to, I guess, cement anything. But I guess that's the idea off the bat. And I'm pretty excited about that. And obviously we got a great team with a lot of amazing players. So I'm just happy to be here.
When you look at this roster and you start to think about what could be some guys that you could be playing on a line with, from a distance, you see like a Matvei Mishkov seems like a guy that any center would probably want to play with. You've got a guy like Travis Konechny, you have Tippett, you have Forster, you have a bunch of these guys. Who would you say? Is there anybody that you're like, yeah, I want to get on the ice with that guy and just see? I'm sure it's all of them, but like, is there one that kind of stands out that you're like, I want to play that guy? Like
you kind of just said, there's up and down the lineup so many great hockey players, and I hear they're all great dudes. Obviously from Jamie and Cam. I was a big whenever we played the Flyers, Konechny was always somebody that I felt like played really hard and had a lot of skill, and I think it'd be cool to learn a lot from him and play with him a little bit.
I just got to ask this because, when you're a young guy being from the East Coast, and then you have to go all the way across the country and play over there. Is it a little bit of a relief knowing that if you're now going to play somewhere else, it is so much closer to home and being closer to family, and how much does that matter for you?
Yeah, I was talking to Danny about this. It's weird. Like you kind of feel like you're alone, I guess, in some ways. Like the game started at 7 Pacific time, and obviously my family's out here, and the 10 o'clock start. So it's real tough for them to, I guess, stay up for the game, but let alone after the game. I don't really have anybody to talk to. So it's going to be nice coming back home and out east. And it's a quick drive for my family. And I'm here with my mom, actually. So it's definitely really cool.
I have to imagine that that's pretty cool for her.
Yeah.
That you're here, and then to see the
she
embrace.
Can't fly either. So it's like
Really?
The only time she came out was when I broke my ankle a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good. That's really cool for her to be able to be so close. So So what does I've talked to a few people. I've heard you've been training like especially hard
Yeah.
up in Stamford.
Yeah.
Apprentice, right?
Yep.
How's that been going? And what's the rest of the summer look like for you before you kind of get back on the ice here?
I mean, like you said, kind of just working hard and trying to gain some weight, some muscle, and then come back to Philly, hopefully with like a little body armor suit or whatever you want to call it. Season. But yeah, summer's been going great, and looking forward to getting in Philly early September.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Look, Trevor, we love having you come on. Thanks for stopping. I know you got to make the rounds and you got to do all your things, all your stuff today. Your coach is going to be in here in about 5 minutes. So
awesome.
That'll be a good conversation.
Here so you guys can talk to him.
Absolutely.
Have you gotten a chance to talk to him much since?
Yeah.
I
obviously after the trade, I talked to him on the phone and then briefly saw him. I guess in one of the meeting rooms for a little bit. So yeah, pretty exciting.
That's good.
Very cool.
I know you've talked to some guys around the league who've played for him, and they all say good things, right?
Yeah. Quinn had him in Vancouver, Hughes, and like they were really close and had a great relationship. So hearing that from a guy like him, who I'm pretty close with, is awesome to hear.
Yeah, I forgot you're real tight with the Hughes family.
Yeah, me and Jack played together at the U.S. program, and
I
was over at their house a ton. And Quinn obviously was at Michigan, and Luke, he was grinding at high school.
that Quinn guy's supposed to be a free agent at some point.
At some point, you're gonna have to start. You might have to recruit at some point. You know,
talk, not me.
Yeah. Trevor, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate having you on, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your newest Philadelphia Flyer, Trevor Zegras here on Snow the Goalie.